February.
February, you gotta say it right.
And
Wait, what?
There's a few things to talk about, but not like any stunners or any like insane bangers.
I guess I printed 6 copies instead of 3 somehow.
Okay. All good. Whatever. It's only paper.
Anywho.
Who cares about it?
Hello, good morning, and welcome, gamers. We are FPS Guides. Our goal is to bring the gaming community together with reviews, guides, news, and clutch plays. In addition, we talk about juicy rumors, controversies, and random topics of discussion. You'll find some facts, some opinions, and a whole lot of lame jokes. If you like what we do here, be sure to check us out on fpsguides.com and follow us on social media. We stream this podcast live every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/fpsguides. For all your listeners out there, FPS Guides podcast can now be found on Apple iTunes Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and Alexa. So go ahead and check those out if you are a listener, you do not own a screen. If you are interested in becoming a part of the FPS Guides community or perhaps even becoming a content creator, please hit us up at our website. We would love to hear from you. And so, I have not been playing too much games this week, to be honest. I've been playing Iceborne some more. Been playing some Smash Bros. Been kicking butt with the new character. You know, yeah, that's basically
That's
it.
about it.
That's basically it. Yeah, it's been kind of a dry week for me, fellas.
Yeah, I haven't been playing many games either. Just like Smash off and on. I usually get home kind of late. And I'm like,
I've just been getting home.
I don't have the ability to focus on.
I've just been working late and then getting home late, and I'll be like, I got to stay up until 2 playing this game if I could, but I really need to just go home.
Go home
to
and
bed.
Not
Yeah.
play games until
How many
2
rounds
in the
of
morning.
golf you getting in today, Sig? Like that golf shirt? Is that a golf shirt?
It is a golf shirt.
Yeah, it is a golf shirt.
I don't play golf, unfortunately.
Nah, he's lying. He's a pro.
But he likes that golf swagger, though.
Oh, that's Vitamin J. What's up? Actually, we've missed you, brother. He hasn't been here in a couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah,
Six
long
handle.
time.
Where you been?
No show, Vitamin J.
Six handle is the Asian sensation on the golf course.
You're a third of our Twitch viewing capacity, man. You gotta be here.
Yeah, your presence has been missed, especially your memes. Those crazy.
Presence has been requested in the chat, sir.
Yeah, so you've been playing much games. I haven't been playing many games. What about you, Sig? You been playing any
Sig,
games?
Hopefully you've been doing something.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
I have.
The one with 3 kids has been playing more games than us.
3 kids. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we forgot
And-
I forgot to.
3 businesses to juggle,
Mm-hmm.
and never mind.
And other
It's
stuff.
tiring, man. I'm just very tired.
Life is tiring.
I was very tired. But it's fun. That said, I didn't really try any new games, but I tried that GeForce Now that we talked about last week.
And where can we find that impressions video again?
Oh yeah. So you can go to fpsguys.com or you can check it out on our YouTube channel, and I'll post the link now to said video.
Yeah. So you're the one that experimented. Tell us about it. How is it?
It was pretty amazing. Hold on, let me get this link real quick. Give me 1 second.
Was it better or worse than Stadia? Hold on, let me rephrase. Was it only better than Stadia?
Was it?
It can't be worse than Stadia. It can't be worse than Stadia, man.
I haven't tried Stadia.
You haven't tried Stadia.
But that said, somebody commented on the video, on the YouTube video, saying that Stadia is even better than GeForce Now.
Okay.
Really?
You know, I actually talked to several people over the week who had Stadia, and I talked to them about what it was because I was like, yeah, I've heard a lot of issues about it and stuff like that. And they've actually all said that they have no issues and it works just as intended. So maybe all the stuff that we've been seeing has been just the vocal minority. You know? Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like
I don't know. Maybe they just
all
have,
I've been hearing is bad.
Maybe they just have super bomb ass like internet with like 500 download speed or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe, but that's pretty interesting to hear good things from people that you know personally, rather than just like reading reviews or seeing articles.
Because like the overwhelming in the reviews has been that it's no bueno.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So what about GeForce Now?
NVIDIA, what's up with that one?
I did not expect it to work as well as it did. So first of all,
that's cool.
The reason why I was compelled to try it out is my son wants to play. Well, you guys know, and I've talked about it all the time. He plays Fortnite, but he plays on console.
Mm-hmm.
And all his favorite streamers, they all use PC. So in his mind, it's the next level for him. It's gonna make him the next level
He will
gamer.
ascend.
That's true.
He will ascend as a gamer.
That is a correct
Right,
assumption,
it's time to
yes.
go up to the next tier to play with the big boys.
That's true.
So he's like, I want to play on PC. I want to play on PC. And now he appreciates my rig. And a lot of times I see him just sitting down in my chair, web browsing. I'm like, yo, get up. That's me.
That's my chair.
This is my battle station,
Yes.
son.
And he's like, he has an old iMac, a 21-inch iMac. It's like 10 years old. It's old as balls. It's so old you can't even upgrade. It's like you can't upgrade. They give you when you have Apple, they give you free updates to the newest OS. It's like 2 OSs back because the hardware is too old to support, and therefore he can't play Fortnite on it.
Okay.
But it's so old you can't upgrade to the newest OS 10, which is required to install Fortnite. So he's like, can you get rid of this? Like, can you just sell on Facebook Marketplace and just build me like an entry level PC?
Build it yourself.
Yeah, he's not ready to build it. We talked about the GeForce, the cloud gaming product from NVIDIA, and I said, you know what, this is worth. Let's just see what happens.
This is the ideal situation to try it.
Yo,
It's free to try out.
Division Matrix build him something nice, bro. He's 11. He's not ready for something nice. Remember the computers
true.
we were.
You don't get
Division Matrix and I went to college together. Do you remember the computers that I was working on in first year at college, bro? That thing, he's gonna get something just as slow.
You should get him like a really nice inner, like all the components would be really nice, but the outside of it is like an old Windows like 98 PC.
Like
so he gets it and he's like, "What is this?"
All like that off gray, like almost
Yeah.
yellow color.
Between the components I have in the garage and here in the office, he could build something if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
Like if you want to really learn it, watch some YouTube videos
That's how I did it. I
and
just
build,
watched
boy.
YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That said, back to the. I wanted to try it out. What better than an old piece of Apple hardware, which Apple is not known for gaming anyway.
No.
Dude, installed it, fired right up, 100 frames a second.
What settings?
Epic.
Oh, the highest.
Wow.
Yes. Now I was worried about the input lag. Because
Okay.
remember that video that we saw on Stadia?
Yeah.
The dude would like push a button.
Yeah,
And it
and
would
it would-
like half a second before the guy jumped.
Yeah.
Kate was playing on it, and I'm like, "How's the lag?" He goes, "Feels like the Xbox."
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
So-
Very cool.
So, very cool, right? I was amped. The following morning, I installed Call of Duty Modern Warfare because
Okay.
that game isn't even supported on Apple
On that same PC, on that same Mac computer.
on the same Mac computer.
Okay.
Because what it does is GeForce Now is basically like, if you've ever used remote desktop,
Yeah.
Microsoft
Explain
remote
it
desktop.
like on 5.
Yes. If you've ever used Microsoft Remote Desktop, you basically, it opens up a window, like a little window to another computer, like a portal into another computer.
Okay.
So that's what NVIDIA's product feels like. It feels like you are just opening a terminal window into a virtual machine in NVIDIA's cloud somewhere.
Okay.
So is that literally what it does? Because when you posted that picture, it says trying to connect to a rig.
Yeah.
Is it actually connecting to like a high-end PC remotely?
Or a server mainly.
But yes. If you guys, it's really hard to lower it down because it's really high level.
You're
But
smart.
you're spinning up a VM when you're requesting a rig.
Mm-hmm.
NVIDIA spins up a virtual machine for you,
Mm.
and then once that virtual machine is up, you just connect to it like a remote desktop.
Mm.
So in theory, you could game on a Chromebook.
Mm.
In theory, you could even game on a web browser, except on the web browser, you're at the mercy of like web protocols. Whereas with the launcher that NVIDIA gives you, it's probably their own proprietary to cut down on the latency.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't
Alright.
lost you, right?
No,
Still here.
All right. So it was very intriguing because if for you Apple owners out there, you cannot play Modern Warfare
Or game at all.
on. Well, actually, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is available for Apple. But I mean, that's an old game. If you want to play the newest game, the newest Modern Warfare, you could do it with GeForce Now. You literally just
It worked.
So you
it
fired
it
up
worked.
Modern Warfare.
It worked well.
it
How'd
worked
go?
well. Settings maxed out, same thing. over 100 frames a second, but I noticed the input lag on that.
Oh, you got a little lag. Oh, okay.
I noticed the lag on it. It may be the time in the morning because it wasn't the same responsiveness as Cade was getting at 11 o'clock the previous night.
Okay.
I tried it at 7 a.m.
So, do you think that the the difference is in the games? Because Modern Warfare is, I would say, is more taxing than Fortnite. Or would you say that maybe it's just the amount of users on at that time?
I think there's so many factors and variables to affect your gameplay, and I think the most significant factor is going to be your internet connection. And most of us, our plans at home is not dedicated. So when everybody's on, everybody's using the internet. 7 in the morning, 7, 8, 9. A lot of, I guess I'm assuming a lot of people are using the internets because it felt slower. It didn't. Slower is the wrong word. I felt the latency.
It was playable. Was it playable though? Still playable?
It was playable, but in a game like that, where like
every second
milliseconds counts, I was just getting like I couldn't keep up.
So not really for multiplayer in that aspect. But if you wanted to play the campaign, you'd be like, oh, okay, this is fine. I can deal with this.
Yes. If I was playing a single player game or a campaign, I probably wouldn't have noticed it. But in multiplayer, where every little edge counts, bro. Even a higher refresh monitor, like it'll really help you. Things like that. If you're into that much of an edge, then you're not gonna like this.
I mean, if you're into that much of an edge, you're not gonna be streaming games.
Right.
Period.
But Witcher 3, games like that, Outer Worlds, this thing will handle it. Like a boss.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you can just take your existing library on Steam, on Epic, on Uplay, on Battle.net, and just play games. That's the difference between that and Stadia. Stadia, you have to buy the games again in a separate marketplace. This
if you already own them on another browser or through another through
Steam
it
just
or
links
whatever,
your accounts and it's like, all right, cool, dude.
All you do when you're logged in to your own little virtual machine on. When your rig spins up, and you just click a game first you add it to your library. Once it's added to your library, just the first time you just got to sign in to that Blizzard account or Steam account.
All right, so you just link it, kind of.
That's it.
Okay.
And then it remembers it.
So it's pretty easy setup.
Bro, it's beautiful. It was well executed. I was impressed. It exceeded the expectations that I had. Granted, they were low because of all the bad stuff that we heard about Stadia, but it is a sound solution for people who maybe don't want to spend the money for a gaming PC. Everybody has old computers at home. You've got that. You probably haven't thrown away that laptop that you had, right? Well, you still got it, right?
It won't turn on now, but yeah.
It won't turn on now. Okay. if it did turn on, I would go out on a limb and say that would run GeForce Now.
Probably.
Because it's.
So how do you think this puts pressure on Microsoft and Google? Because Google has Stadia and Microsoft's coming out with xCloud. Amazon's going to come out with their own. EA's working on theirs. Bethesda, of all people, is working on theirs. So, how do you think this kind of mixes up the game?
I don't know yet. But I do like their approach and their strategy better than Stadia's. You don't need to buy hardware. You already have hardware. Like, our cell phones probably have more calculating power than that Stadia controller.
Yeah, probably.
Right? And GeForce Now is actually also compatible for Android. I was reading how people were playing Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on an Android phone.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty crazy, right?
Cool.
Probably looks better than Switch.
Probably.
So, Google taking the route of requiring hardware to use their cloud gaming.
Which is funny because they were like, oh, you don't have to buy a box. And it's like, wait a second.
Right.
I'm just buying a smaller box that's called a Chromecast.
Right. So, yeah.
Are you going to stick with it?
I might, just so that, if anything, guys, if you go to slickdeals.net, and I signed up for a 90-day trial for this NVIDIA.
Is it Founders Edition?
Founders Edition. It's 90 days free trial. After that, you pay $5 a month. But once they come up with their next level above the Founders Edition, they're gonna upgrade you to that top level at the founder's price at $5 a month.
What?
So,
Okay.
so you lock yourself in.
That's
now,
pretty
you get that.
good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I didn't know there was another tier they're thinking of above
Yes.
the Founders Edition.
Interestingly enough, the founder's edition and that next tier will support RTX. RTX, bro. Just to take advantage of RTX, you need like $1,000 graphics card,
Yes.
right? So, crazy. I might keep it just for that. They don't have any games on their library currently that support RTX. They didn't have Battlefield 5. That's the newest one.
Yeah.
They didn't have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I didn't see any of the big titles that support it. So that was kind of interesting. But when it does, I will be trying that out.
I bet Nvidia is still trying to like maybe strike some deals or make some offers. Be like, hey,
Probably.
you going over to Stadia? I don't think so. How about you come over here?
It's like, yeah, I mean, Stadia's cool and all, but do you guys really want to buy those games again?
That's true. That's the biggest difference
That's
I
a
see.
pretty big thing to me.
in
That's
between
the
these
reason
two.
I would. Now, you did mention yesterday when I was talking to you about that there is an hour play limit. Is that only for the
On the free
90-day
one.
free trial?
No. There's a free account.
Free account.
There's a free level account where you can play.
Oh,
one-
okay.
you
So
can
your
play
founder edition, your 90 days, you can actually play longer than
I think it's 6 hours.
6 hours?
Yeah, that's what I read on.
Well,
the founders edition.
just
Yeah,
know
when
that
we
folks
reported
that-
it last week.
Okay.
Just know that, folks, that the NVIDIA GeForce Now, you have a you'll be having a playtime limit.
Yeah, and the Founders Edition is 6 hours, and you get priority access to the server. I don't know really what that entails,
Means
but
you
I mean,
kick
6
out
hours? Are you
the
really gonna game more than
peasants.
6 hours a day? Not really.
I mean,
On the weekend, maybe, but
Some
not like
people.
during the week.
You guys, if you're listening, thanks for checking in. And if for our podcast listeners, check us out on Twitch because I just posted also another link to our website, which is an auto-updated list from NVIDIA for the NVIDIA library for the GeForce Now games. It's a JSON feed, so as they update it, it'll update it on that.
dope.
That's
Also,
magic.
so-
That's like magic.
It's computer magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that? What did Vitamin J post there?
He said, "Oh,
What's
the
that-
image."
that image there.
Up there.
What's he got?
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty good. I could do better. No,
he
I'm
just
just
He
kidding.
just whips it up so fast.
Yeah, I can't do that quickly. I cannot do
He's
that.
like,
that
just
quickly.
give me like 90 seconds. It took him longer to find a picture of a golfer than it did actually do it.
That's actually pretty good. That's a good form right there. That's pretty good.
That's you, dude. That's you.
There. That's you after work today, man. When we hit the green.
He's just wearing a bodysuit today, man. That's all.
Thanks, Vitamin J. We missed you, man.
Yeah, we missed those.
So that's really good news to hear. This is cool because it heats up the streaming wars, as everyone likes to call it nowadays.
The new console wars.
The cloud wars.
The cloud wars.
I think there's going to be certain types of games where this will work perfect for, and there's games that will just not.
Okay.
I think, like you said, or like we discussed, games like Modern Warfare, CS, GO.
True, but Nvidia has the money and the power to really fine tune.
I mean, if
Their
they needed
stuff.
to, couldn't they make whole other dedicated servers to online multiplayer experiences?
If they could, I mean, they make server cards. They
I was
literally
thinking about
make
that the other
servers.
day.
Like,
But I don't see how you can solve the problem of going through the internet for an input.
I guess that's what Stadia tried to solve with their own servers. I guess it's like you could just bypass the normal internet. It's like what?
I guess it all just depends on your own ISP and your own download speed and stuff.
But even our ISPs, they don't control the entire journey.
No.
They hand off your request to the next ISP, to the next, and then it bounces back. It's like
Okay.
it's very
It's like a
intertwined.
baton.
It's
It's
too
like
many-
a
too many
4x4
links.
relay.
Yes.
Too many links in the
All
chain.
right, we'll get technical real quick. I hope I don't lose anybody on this one, but I will. Let's
Mario
fire up.
Lost.
Let us fire up a command prompt here.
What the hell's that?
All right,
There we go.
here we go. I'm gonna try to. If I can't zoom this, there's no point. Oh, we can. Y'all see this?
All right,
Check it
so
out.
you should describe
Looks like it's
what
kinda
you're doing
cut
as
off a little
well.
bit. Can you like scooch it down?
It's all right.
It's
fine.
fine. Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
she's,
So,
Just describe what you're doing for the.
I'm doing a command called a trace route. Okay,
Mm.
so what you're doing is you're sending a packet on the internet to a certain destination. We'll put Google because
Mhm.
they're fast. They're always fast.
Mm.
So we're gonna send a packet to Google and we're gonna trace how many milliseconds it's at each stop. And each stop is a switch or a router.
Okay.
All right. All right.
And we're inputting the test now.
So I'm gonna trace route google.com. All right.
12? I can't see it.
Less than. All right. So this is the first one is our switch.
Mhm.
That's our router.
Less-
192.168.15.1.
Less than a millisecond.
3 milliseconds at Quest, 8 milliseconds at the next Switch at Quest, 7 milliseconds at some random
Interesting.
Switch.
It just keeps propagating.
Around, yes, but it still hasn't even reached Google.com. So right now you're looking at 4, 12, plus 7. What's 12 plus 7? 19 plus 28, 27 milliseconds.
That's half a frame, man.
That's 27 milliseconds, and it hasn't even hit Google.com yet.
Mm.
So now, no matter how fast your LAN is, this is our LAN. We got a badass LAN. We're
Very
less than
fast.
it's almost instantaneous.
Yeah.
It leaves our LAN, goes to Quest, and then goes to.
And hops around.
It hops around. So, how do you solve that problem? I don't care how fast your hardware is that you buy.
You would literally need an Ethernet cord from them to you. Like
Correct. I don't know.
Direct line.
Wow. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. ISPs will just have to step up, which, will take a long time, I think.
I don't think they have much of an incentive to do so.
No, I don't think so either, but that's good news, though. Good news that it worked way better than what you thought.
All right, podcast listeners got a neat little coding lesson here.
That was not coding.
Or it involved some code.
I'm not putting that up.
Put it up.
No.
I didn't get to see it.
No.
All right,
We'll look at it later. We'll look at it after.
All right, we'll post all. We'll post all images on the FPS Guides website without Sig's knowledge.
That should be like a tier. It's like, $1 a month, you can see all our...
No, I'm not putting that up.
Put that up right now.
You put that up. I'm not putting that up. You put that up.
Oh, you can do it.
Cool. All right. Good
Cool.
reporting.
So,
Original reporting from
Yeah.
Sig Cabrera.
You heard it from here, folks. And make sure you check out that video of
And
Sig
subscribe while you're there. There's
trying
a big
out
old
the-
subscribe
You
button.
might as well push that little subscribe button while you're at it. It's not hurting.
We don't have a
anybody.
join button, so sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So,
All right. I guess we should just start with the other news, right?
the newses. All right.
The
so,
newsies.
The newsies. So, what's this about Sony not even knowing how much the PS5 is going to cost?
Yeah, man. This has been making the rounds lately
How
throughout
did
the
they
internet.
not know?
They gave a few reasons, but basically, not even Sony knows the price of the PS5, as they are waiting to see how Microsoft prices the Xbox Series X, as well as they're kind of weighing out and balancing like production costs, labor costs, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this comes from the CFO of Sony, so if anyone's gonna know, it's that guy, the Chief Financial Officer. He's gonna know. So he said in an interview, I forget which website this was, but I got this information from GameSpot. It's basically just weighing out their actual manufacturing costs compared to how much money they either want to make or lose off each unit. Because usually when you put out a hardware product, you take a loss on hardware and you make it up in software. That's usually how it goes. So they're kind of trying to figure out how to price the PS5 against the Xbox Series X. That's pretty much it. Will Xbox be more expensive? Yes. I would bet a lot of money on that. Because they want to have the power advantage. And more power, more money. So I think PS5 really wants to hit that sweet 400 that PS4 did. That really worked out for them. But do you think waiting to see what your competition does is good or bad? Like, how long can you wait until you release this information? Like, does it hurt your fan base? Like, everyone's really wanting PS5 news. So do you wait? Do you hold your cards? Do you think this is a good move? What do you guys think?
I think it makes sense. You want to undercut your competition, So they want to make sure that, say, Xbox is going to be at $600. It's like, all right, good. We don't have to sell it at $400. We can actually sell it at $500.
And then maybe take less of a loss.
And take less of a loss. Yeah.
When do you think they should reveal that information? Do you think,
I think
it should be soon?
It's just a war right now. Everyone's just waiting for see who pulls the gun first.
It's like watching freaking Tekken. Just like everyone's just like moving back and forth and dashing towards each other. It's like, you make a mistake. No, you make a mistake.
Yeah, to put it in fighting game standards, everyone's a neutral right now, and no one has the advantage.
That's true. That's true. What do you think about that, Sig? Just think it's a smart move by Sony to be this quiet and to wait for Microsoft? Because Microsoft fired the first shot showing off the console and everything.
They didn't give pricing though either.
No.
They did not.
Yeah.
Because they probably also want to wait and see what.
They're both playing the waiting game, and with the coronavirus fears going on in China, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of pressure on their supply chain.
That's true. That's true. We actually are seeing effects of the coronavirus in the gaming industry, and we will talk about that in a little bit.
So, but I don't know that it really means anything more than them not wanting to,
like, tip their hand, maybe.
Not even tip their hand. I think I think that they don't want to be beholden to any promises that they've said and end up having to backtrack. You know, they might end up having to charge more.
That looks bad.
That looks bad.
That looks really bad.
You know, so.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing to do is say X price and then come out with another price. Oof,
there's definitely some sort of competition, heating up between the two rivals, but there are a lot of other factors that's beyond the control right now too. So.
And then Nintendo's just like chasing butterflies in a field,
right.
Not worrying about either of these two.
Yeah.
So you guys do that, whatever. We're Nintendo.
We got the Switch. You guys do your thing.
But you know what? PlayStation being a juggernaut in the single player. They're the best when it comes to single player
easily
games with their exclusives. Yeah. Man, I don't see why if Nvidia gets these titles, I don't know why you would need a PlayStation.
Well, you would for PlayStation exclusives.
That's what I mean. If they get a hold of if Nvidia starts getting,
I don't think they would ever get a hold of that.
Nvidia
I don't know
now
how
Master
Sony would
Race.
allow that. That would be. Can you imagine Last of Us Part 2? Oh, you can get it on PlayStation or this. It's like, no, that's not going to happen.
Or you can get it on Nvidia. I don't know.
No, Nvidia would have to pay a lot, an astronomical amount of money.
I don't think Nvidia's gonna get their hands on those. Yeah, if you want to play Sony games, you gotta get a Sony device.
Yeah. Which is fair, because you know what, they put up the money to make the game. Get our product.
Having the exclusives will always make that system relevant. Like Nintendo, their exclusives. Mm-hmm. You want to play Smash, you gotta buy.
You gotta get a Switch.
Yeah,
you want to play Odyssey? Zelda, you gotta play. You gotta buy Switch. So yes, that will always be the money maker. But as far as aside from having to buy a console because of the exclusives, I think it's good enough. Honestly, I think GeForce Now is good enough
for the mass market gamer. Yeah,
I think it's good enough, dude.
I agree. But we'll see. I mean, we should be hearing some news. There's a lot of rumors going around that the 29th of February is supposed to be like a reveal date. But there is a PS5 website live up right now, and it does say some interesting things. Did I write this down? I'm pretty sure I did. Yes, I did. It basically says, welcome to the PS5 website to be notified about release and price and roster of launch titles. Sign up for our newsletter or whatever. But it also says we are not fully ready to fully reveal our next gen plans yet. Please stay tuned. And that website went live at the beginning of February. So that tells me that the February reveal event is not gonna happen, or it's gonna happen later in March. So a lot of people are like clamoring for this February event because they did it for PS4 in 2013. So a lot of people assumed they would follow suit, but with this new website posting, it's like, it's a little bit of doubt there. But I really want to know more about PS5, or any of these systems, really. More about the games, anything. But so that's that, really. I mean, we'll see what Sony does. I don't know. Then next news story, we have, let's see. Let's start with this one, actually. Rod Ferguson. Do you guys know that name? Probably not, because...
But there's the face.
That's him. Looks like a chill
right.
dude. Looks all right. I'd have a beer with him.
He definitely is a craft beer drinker.
Rod Ferguson, he is the, oh yeah, actually, he does look like that, dude. Hey man, you want to get some Bud Light? It's like, ugh, no.
That piss water.
That guy right there, Rod Ferguson, is the head of the Coalition Studio, and he is actually leaving that studio to oversee the Diablo franchise for Blizzard. Quite a switch, because Gears is a third-person cover shooter, and Diablo is none of those things at all. This is the second, this is the second Xbox exec that Blizzard has gotten. They got Mike Ibarra a little bit late last year, and he's like the VP of Blizzard. So actually, he probably said like, yo, that guy, get that guy. We need that guy. So a little history about Mr. Rod Ferguson, the craft beer drinker. This is a rumor. I don't know if he drinks craft beer.
He definitely
But
does.
he worked on the Gears of War franchise from when it was developed by Epic Games, so that's a pretty long history. It was first developed by Epic Games, so he was in it pretty much from the beginning. And he moved from Epic to Microsoft, and he took the Gears franchise with him, went to a studio in Vancouver under Microsoft, rebranded that studio to be the Coalition, and made Gears of War 4 and 5. So this guy like really is a cornerstone of Gears. He is not the original creator. Cliffy B, or Cliff Belinsky, I think his name is the original creator. But this is kind of strange to me that this head guy, the head of the studio, is leaving a franchise that he really took forward and really invested a lot of time in, and just leaving and be like, all right, I'm going to go work on Diablo now, guys. See ya. Do you guys think this says like maybe Gears didn't do so hot? Gears 5? Maybe he's bored or burnt out of the same stuff?
Maybe he has the same thoughts about Gears that I have, where the future of Gears of War is not really all that
good.
Yeah,
or bright in any way.
Gears of War had a great run. It's a great franchise. No one can take that away from it. But I think it's run its course, and I think Dan Houser sees that.
Or Rod Ferguson.
Or
Dan Houser's the next guy.
yeah, sorry,
He's the other guy
Rod
we talk
Ferguson
about.
sees that. Yeah,
I think it needs there's this line that people say now, the God of War treatment. I think Gears needs that. Like it needs a total repositioning of the franchise. I didn't read that.
Dude, I'm still laughing. How did that come in your brain so fast? You're like, he looks like a craft beer drink.
Like immediately, dude. As soon as the picture came up, just immediately.
It's the only thing I got, man.
He looks like everybody I've seen at a hipster bar. Like he looks.
That's what I'm saying. I'll say he just looks a little older. Like he used to have like a curled mustache, but it kind of like flattened over age. And that's it.
Oh my gosh.
He looks like he bums smokes off of his friends. But he's just like. But if anybody asks, he's not a cigarette
He has so
smoker.
much money.
I know he probably doesn't do any of these things, but
He doesn't smoke at all, dude. I actually know that for a fact because he got some crap for like, why isn't there smoking in Gears? And he's like, well, my dad died of smoking, so I don't want smoking in my games. And I was like, all right, whatever, dude.
All right,
like,
that's
sure.
Fair. All right, so we're wrong about that one. But
He probably drinks
the craft
craft
beer
beer,
thing is probably spot on, though. The dude has a distillery in his yard.
You didn't even play Gears 5, did you?
No, I did not.
There, happy. All right, do your thing now.
I own 3 businesses.
That's it. All right, there you go.
Someone screen cap. Reverse it. Screen cap it.
I mean, this is a video. I can do that.
Oh god.
But yeah, so he's leaving. A little bit of a shake-up there. I feel like Gears is a little bit in trouble. It does feel like need that God of War treatment where it's like, we're going to take this and just reverse it. Change everything. That'd be nice. Here, you want to talk about this other one?
JD, you stole this segment with that little bit right there.
Immediately too, like out of the gate.
Listen, the whole thing, whole thing about the random lame jokes and stuff, that's like 90% me. That's what I do here.
99%.
It's like that's what I do here. He works on a lot of the thumbnails and gets a lot of the news, and he knows all the technical stuff, and I'm just the talent. So guys, Dan Houser, the co-founder of Rockstar Games, is leaving the company for good. This comes to us from The Verge. Dan and his brother Sam founded the company in 1998 after it was acquired by Take-Two.
Another craft beer drinker, dude. Look at him.
Look at that guy. That guy definitely hangs out in axe throwing bars.
Just looks like a Viking.
Dan was a head writer on GTA 2 through GTA 5, so he has a huge track record. I can't think of a GTA that didn't sell well.
Yeah.
Max Payne 3, not a game that was super well known, but a game that did well in its own right. Bully, one of those games that everyone wants to come back, and they ask Rockstar every year to make a comeback. And of course, both of the Red Dead games, which were phenomenal. So a huge track record of all amazing games.
He was GTA?
He was the man.
Oh, I thought it was the other games except GTA.
One of the men, because he was the co-founder, so he was one of them.
Okay. Oh wow.
He did not say what his plan was afterwards, but it's believed that he will be retiring from gaming, probably going into a nice estate.
Literally just have all that Red Dead money, dude.
Dope. Probably going to move into a log cabin in the mountains of Vancouver somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, so this is like...
Guy looks like he runs a strip club. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Runs a strip club, hangs out in cigar bars. Yeah.
He's probably a nice dude, maybe. We don't know, but
And our next act is sugar.
The work culture at Rockstar was actually kind of bad. I don't want to say due to this guy, but like he definitely was like pushing his workers to do those like 80-hour work weeks and stuff. Just like, hey, like if I'm working, I don't say that you have to stay here, but your boss is still working. One of those type of like pressure situations. So maybe the culture will be better at Rockstar after his departure, but whatever this guy's gonna do, he's just gonna sit on a beach for the rest of his life, man. He's got so much money. Like, look at these games he's wrote on. Like,
oh yeah,
these are some of the biggest games in the industry.
Just go do literally whatever you want. Move to Machu Picchu.
Could.
Whatever you want to do.
Interesting. You got some top end executives like leaving their companies. Like he founded this company. Do you think he's just tired? He's just done?
Like, I'm done, man. It's over. It's run its course. Had a good run. I created history, and I think I'm done. And you know what? More power to you. Enjoy your retirement.
Yeah, his brother's still there, so I'm sure he's like, "You got it, man." Like, I'll be hanging
I
out.
don't think he's retiring.
You don't think he'll retire?
You don't think he'll retire?
What do you think he'll do?
What do you think he's gonna do? Maybe he's gonna write a book.
Start a new studio.
He might start a new studio, man.
I think he's gonna write a book.
That's usually what people do.
That seems like a lot of people with money do when they're bored.
That's still retirement.
All right, you're writing a book though.
Retirement. I don't necessarily think retirement is like sitting on a beach. I think where he's not doing what he's been doing for X number of years. Like retirement.
He's not
crunching.
He's not actively working, getting income.
I think he will be working.
Maybe he'll be a consultant or something.
Something different, yeah. He'll be a consultant or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe.
Dope.
Maybe.
Sorry. You think it has something to do with GTA 6? You think he couldn't do what he did on the previous games because of all the?
I think GTA 6 is like 3/4 done.
I don't think it had anything. I don't think it had anything to do with that.
Because GTA 5, I've read a lot of stuff, and I'm kind of in agreement to that. Like, it can't come out today.
GTA 5 can't come out today. You're not talking about with this like the current social climate,
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess so, but there's still a lot of like.
What about GTA 6? That's coming out in like
TV
a year or
shows
two.
with gangs and drug use and violence and.
I don't know, not so much. I was watching The Other Guys. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
The Other Guys with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
No, I
I
haven't
have.
seen it.
The movie is 10 years old.
It's a fine movie.
Dude, some of the punchlines in that movie, like they can't do that today. They just can't. If you guys see what I'm talking about, you watch it and then agree or disagree. But I remember watching that 10 years ago, and it represented
Like the time.
that can't come out today.
Can't really say a lot of anything today, so.
You can't say a lot of anything today. So what I'm saying, like a toned down GTA 6 is kind of.
No, I think GTA 6 is like 3/4 done, and I'm sure he had like whatever input he had on it. I'm sure he wrote for some of it,
I
but
don't know, man. I think everybody just knows that it's like GTA.
it's like above that stigma.
It's the same shit that GTA has had for the past
forever since it was top down.
Since GTA Uno.
No, but you get to a point where you get so big and you make so much money that
You're under the influence of
Yes.
the
Best example of that, Joe Rogan. He used to be a good balance between the left and the right, and he's gone so much on the left now, where he kind of did both. He kind of just did Joe Rogan, his podcast early.
Yeah, he was very centrist.
And now he has
He would have the craziest weirdos on, talking about the craziest stuff, talking about like conspiracy theories. He can't do that anymore because he's got people to answer to now. And I think when you get to a certain level, when you get big enough, you kind of have to.
Maybe. You
got people to answer to.
Maybe. But I still think GTA 6 will be a thing.
Yeah, GTA 6 is definitely going to be a thing.
Lil something.
Man, how did you do that so quickly? You got to teach me because I'm okay at Photoshop, but I'm not that good.
A master.
Is that a real drink?
A master in his craft.
I have no idea.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know. For the podcast listeners,
The
definitely check out our
Brewing
stream
Company.
because you'll be seeing all these dank memes that we're showing on our screen right now.
Division make sure that's a real drink. Have you tried it? I want to try it. It looks pretty cool.
It's got a cool bottle.
It looks spicy. I don't know, it looks like Tabasco.
All right, should we
right.
talk about the other stuff?
More stuff.
Just like making fun of Rod Ferguson for drinking craft beer. He probably doesn't even drink.
So you guys remember, there was like those photos that leaked of the Xbox Series X from that person who's definitely getting in a lot of trouble.
Oh my God, they're so screwed.
And there was that port on there that was kind of like very rectangular and didn't look like an HDMI and didn't look like a USB. It didn't look like an Ethernet port. No one knew what it was. And the mystery port on the back of the Xbox Series X is allegedly for expandable storage. This comes to us from Windows Central. The port looks like it is meant for a CF Express memory or something similar to it. Microsoft could be working on their own memory solution.
Yeah, we don't know. So
The CF Express memory is a compact flash express and looks similar to a micro SD, but is an SSD that is very expensive. So
it's extremely expensive.
So to put in perspective, a 128 gigabyte one costs $200 and a 512 gigabyte one costs $600. That is a lot of cheddar to throw down for storage. So what is it? Are we going back to the time of like GameCube and memory cards?
Like cartridges?
Like, let's go, dude. We can start saving some.
Do you have any experience with
Final
flash
Fantasy
memory?
on there?
Compact flash memory? Sig?
You mean like compact flash memory, like what you used to put
like
in,
what I just
the old digital cameras? They were like big square boxes. Like
No, it's like it looks like a micro SD. It's a little bit bigger, but it's essentially an SSD, a PCIe SSD in micro SD format, basically, or the size of it.
Okay.
And that's what Compact Flash Express is, and it's just like it's ridiculously fast. Like it's really fast.
It is fast,
but
it's digital. It's digital.
Again, at $600 for a 512 gigabyte memory, that's outrageous. That's insane to me.
It sounds like the storage solutions for these high-end cameras.
I'm not familiar with that storage solution. Is that sounds similar?
I think that sounds like the memory cards that Linus Tech Tips and MKBHD use on their high-end cameras, where they laugh about how expensive just the memory cards are.
It probably is.
That's probably
compact flash then, because that's again. Look at this price, man. $600 for 512 gigabytes. That's a console.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if this is true. Like it's allegedly for that. Maybe Microsoft is banking on the prices coming down. Hopefully, like by 50 to 60%. But
Microsoft bringing back cartridge gaming.
Yeah. What if they come up with their own memory card solution?
Like blowing cartridges.
Just explodes when you blow on them. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the up-to-date news.
I guess
on
that's
the
more or
Series
less
X,
a rumor then, no? Because we don't actually know for a fact
it's like
that's what it is.
Heavily believed, but not.
I mean,
fact.
it's just like if it's not that, what the hell is it?
I don't know. What else can you put in there? Like I don't even.
Interesting.
By the way, I just randomly threw a picture up without explaining what port we're talking about. It's this port right here.
It's this rectangular one. I think it's for holding Oreos.
Or crackers.
You can put one Ritz cracker in the back of there.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's, not that or as expensive as that, because that makes me want to throw up.
True.
But
True.
maybe they'll come up with their own proprietary memory solution. That sounds like something they would do. Yeah, and then actually we're going to stick with some Xbox news here. Head of Xbox himself, Philly Spence. Or Phil Spencer. Philly Spence, though, sounds pretty good.
Or Phil Spencer, as everybody else refers to him. Yeah.
What, you don't like Philly Spence? That sounds like a rapper name, dude. Look at that guy. He could not be a rapper at all.
Look at that guy.
You think that guy drinks craft beer?
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't even trust that guy to watch my kids.
Okay. All right. We're not spreading any rumors or anything. But that's Phil Spencer up there. He stated in a recent interview with a magazine that I forgot to write down, I think it's Protocol, he said that Sony and Nintendo are not the main competition, whereas Amazon and Google are the ones to worry about. His exact quote actually has the internet kind of buzzing, especially the PlayStation fanboys, because, PlayStation fanboys are like, oh, we're the best. But so here's his exact quote. This is from The Verge. Thanks to The Verge. Really doing work today on our punch list. That was sarcastic. When you talk about Nintendo and Sony, we have a ton of respect for them, but we see Amazon and Google as the main competitors going forward. That's not to disrespect Nintendo and Sony, but the traditional gaming companies are somewhat out of position. I guess they could try to recreate Azure, but we've invested tens of billions of dollars in cloud gaming over the years. So basically he's saying, all right, guys, you guys are small peanuts right now. You guys are small kids. We're going for the big 7 billion, 1.2, however many billion gamers there are. That's what they're looking forward to with cloud gaming.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Makes sense?
I can see where he's coming from because, their competition with Nintendo and Sony, it's never going to be any different than how it's been ever, It's just like, Nintendo's kind of off to the side. They have their exclusives and stuff like that, but in terms of, like, the PlayStation and the Xbox, like, our hardware is almost identical. The main thing keeping us apart was our different games and stuff like that. So I think he's looking kind of at the bigger picture here where, like, it's not about just like a new game and a slightly upgraded, and not slightly, the PlayStation 5 is much more powerful than PS4, but the stance that he's taking is that there's a new horse in the race that isn't the horses that have been racing for the past couple decades. That a new horse in the race is cloud gaming, because if cloud gaming takes off as much as everyone thinks it's going to be, then they can do what Xbox and Sony do cheaper and provide cheaper high-end gaming. So I can see exactly where he's coming from.
Yeah, this apparently like pissed a lot of Sony people off. It's like, we're not in the same competition because we're in a different league. Blah, blah. Like, it's just like, come on, guys, like read the quote and really understand what he's saying.
Understand what he's saying, dude. He's literally saying that they have so much respect for him. They're competitors. They've been competitors forever. But like I said,
going forward,
there's a new big dog in town, and that dog is a streaming platform that offers high refresh rate gaming experience for a much lower cost. If you're considering like the price tag to get into and current gen or next gen systems is like $500 out of the gate, or you can pay $5 a month to get the same experience, if not better in some regards, then that's a huge competition. Not necessarily on like the hardware, but on the price point.
It's more service based.
It's more service based, and and I always had this feeling that gaming was eventually going to like lead into that, where just almost all games and now gaming platforms are going to be service based.
Yep.
Not just service based to play online, and you have to buy a console. So.
Yeah, I agree with him.
Right. Other news.
Next thing.
A streamer going by the name of Nick E30. I don't really know how to say his thing. Nick E30. Nick A30. What his name's stupid. Has pissed off Fortnite fans after being accused of cheating during a charity event known as the Twitch Rivals Streamer Bowl. For those of you who don't know,
such a gamer title.
The Twitch Rivals Streamer Bowl is a charity event, or kind of like a charity event where pro Fortnite players play duos with professional NFL players. So the total prize winnings for the charity of their choice is $500,000, and depending on what place you get is how much money you get. First place gets $125,000 for the charity of your choice, just in case you're wondering. So the issue here is that Nick E30 knowingly broke a rule and took a warning, and we know this because it was literally streamed, and you could literally hear him saying it, like, let's not, because the thing that he broke was there were restrictions on where you could land at the beginning of the Fortnite tournament. Like, you could only land in these designated spots. That's where you land. If you don't land in those designated spots, then you get a warning. All right? Nick E30 knew that.
Nick A30.
Nick A30. Whatever. He said
he was one of my favorite. He was one of my son's favorite streamers when he was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick A30.
There you go.
Sorry, Cade. Nick A30 knowingly broke a rule at a charity event by dropping outside of that zone, and you can literally hear him saying during, and it's like, let's kind of scooch a little bit over. Let's go a little bit outside the boundary. He took the warning, which he got one, and He actually placed 6th, which got him $30,000 to, I think it was St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and there was another one, I can't remember what it was. So a lot of people were pissed off with this. Everyone's just like, dude, you cheated during a charity event. What the hell is the matter with you? And other people were like, I mean, it's a tactic that he employed. I mean, he took the warning. He knew he was going to get a warning. He took it, and it may have helped him place as high as he did. So
he cheated.
But he cheated. Like, he straight up cheated.
The warning, the penalty should have been steeper. Like you said, he did. It was a calculated risk.
It was a calculated risk, exactly.
I'm trying to defend the guy because he's one of the few streamers I let my son watch because he's wholesome. He doesn't.
Wholesome.
He just
not,
plays.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't cuss. He doesn't rage. He doesn't. He's just not toxic, and he's good.
Plays.
He's got the skills to back it up.
Yeah,
like usually, if you got skills, you kind of
like big-headed.
Yeah. You kind of like boom headshot. You know, he doesn't. He seemed. I don't know if he's changed, but when my son used to watch him, you know, he was one of the few streamers I would allow him to watch.
So he's not fun to watch, is what I'm hearing.
So he's not fun to watch.
But he has the skills. He has the skills.
He got the skills to back it up.
And he took the warning. He knew what the repercussion was of bending the rules.
The repercussions are only a warning. I mean,
if this was a boxing match and you're losing the fight, you're about to lose the fight, and you give him a nice nut shot and you below the belt, you know, just to shake him off a little bit. Hey, you take the point, but you try what you can.
But it was dirty.
Yeah, it was dirty.
But it was a dirty trick.
It was dirty, but it's up to the rule makers to put more to impose a steeper penalty.
True. I get that. I agree.
You know what I mean? Like in basketball, at the end of the game, you foul, send them the free throw line. You know the penalty.
Did it on purpose.
You did it on purpose. He did it on purpose. It's not his fault the penalty wasn't steep enough.
Oh, I agree.
He's like, I'll take that. Sure,
Yeah,
whatever.
still smart.
Still a dirty cheater, but
I like him more.
Still he did what he did.
I like him
him
more
now.
Let's go, Nicky. Let's go.
Interesting.
I like him more than he cheats.
No, he didn't cheat because he took the penalty. There's a difference there.
No. That's still cheating.
No,
He
knowingly
took the
broke the rules.
He knowingly broke the rules, and he weighed in the cost of.
So he knowingly cheated. Like how?
I mean,
Okay.
I guess in the end, nobody really lost here because that money was all going to charity.
That's true.
Anyways.
That's true, and that too.
But still,
Cheaters for charity.
It's
Still a
dirty,
cheater.
but it's not like he was using an aimbot.
True. Definitely don't want to do that.
yeah, that's a lot of harsher cheating. But whatever. I digress.
Yeah.
Moving on.
we got 7-10 minutes left. What do you guys want to? You just want to continue on? There's really
Let's
not
just
that
continue.
much stuff to do.
Let's just continue. Whatever.
Let's talk about Sakurai and how he's pretty stuck in Nintendo.
Yeah. So you guys remember the Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses came out last week, and you know when he first was announced, everyone was like, "Oh, more Fire Emblem sword characters. Fucking hate too many sword characters." Blah blah blah. You know, and that's the general consensus of the Smash Bros. Community. But we actually learned this week that Sakurai feels exactly the same way. He says, "I know it as well. There are too many Fire Emblem characters and too many swordsmen. But when it's decided, I have to move ahead with it." And Sakurai has very little to no pull in what character gets added to the into Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's all about what Nintendo tells him he's gonna do. So like Nintendo's telling him, like Banjo's getting in there, so make it happen.
So create a moveset.
Yep.
See, Sakurai looks cool. I'd have a beer with that guy too. He probably drinks normal beer.
Yeah.
Or sake, I guess.
That dude definitely tokes.
Yeah, dude.
He
Look
looks
at
like a
him.
Fire Emblem character.
That's racist.
I'm sorry. Like I think he has the same hairstyle.
He looks like an
as the
animated character.
behind him. He got the same hairstyle as the characters behind him.
I like that sweater he's got on. It's very different.
Well, sorry, Sakurai. You're
Alright,
under
Sakurai.
Nintendo again until 2021.
It is what
The
it
end of
is.
2021, which is when the last Smash character will be out.
So you guys remember that end of last year, EA and Steam actually came to a little partnership. EA allowing Steam to be selling their games on Steam, or EA allowing Valve to sell their games on Steam. Let's use the proper terms here. Now, this week, many of those EA games on Steam have increased in price. Many of these games, many EA games can now be purchased on Steam after the new partnership. Like I said, prices for those games went up this week. Some of them even doubled in price. However, this only affects Canada, Europe, including the UK, Brazil, and Russia. So Americans, we are safe yet again. But just a forewarning against people trying to buy EA games on Steam. Make sure you double check everywhere before you pull the plug or pull the trigger on getting. Before you pull the trigger on getting the EA game on Steam, because you can probably get it cheaper elsewhere.
Most likely, probably
from
Origin.
Yeah, probably from Origin. That's probably the reason they did that. So, also. Cool fighting game news. The lineup for EVO 2020 was announced last week.
We should go.
This is one of the largest fighting game tournaments in the world. This is going to be in Vegas, July 31st to August 2nd. So if anybody wants to buy us tickets,
I'll enter.
Those are the dates.
And I will get wrecked.
The games that are going to be premiered are going to be Dragon Ball FighterZ, Dope, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, don't know what that is. Samurai Showdown, Soul Calibur 6, Street Fighter 5, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Tekken 7, Under Night, In Birth Exile, whatever the hell that is.
No idea what the hell that is.
And then a special event, actually, which is a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Sega Dreamcast.
Whoa, that's cool.
So
I'll watch that. That's
a
cool.
special event going on there.
We should have long enter.
Surprisingly, the Mortal Kombat 11 didn't make the cut, which is the first time or Mortal Kombat in general hasn't made the cut since 2010.
Wonder why?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because when you think of
there
fighting,
was also
games.
Also BlazBlue was taking off there too, which is an enormous fighting game in Japan. So
maybe they're kind of shrinking it to the
they kind of took it off, but they added in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus and Under Night in place of those, which have even less renown in the West than the two previous games I mentioned. So
that's so weird, because when you think fighting games, like Mortal Kombat is probably the first thing.
Mortal Kombat was like
maybe Street Fighter.
The first one. I mean Street Fighter, but Mortal Kombat like set a standard for violent fighting games, and they're not in there anymore. I don't know why, but it is what it is, I guess. So, like I said, anyone wants to buy us EVO 2020 tickets, just let us know in the chat.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll rep FPS guys.
We'll get to
finals.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
We won't get streaming finals. We'll get an interview with MK Leo.
Like, MK Leo, how'd you be that guy? I'm just better. It's like, all right, dude.
All right, that's fair. Yeah.
Then we do have some little bit of news here to go through. I guess some little tidbits of information. Samsung, actually, of all companies here, is pushing Microsoft to support ultra-wide resolution with the Xbox Series X. This comes from TweetTown, and this would be cool. I think this would be really cool if they did this. Because I know, Long plays on an ultra-wide, and he's got black bars on the side of his.
Yeah.
So, like, if you can have native...
like ultra-wide.
Yeah, like native ultra-wide support on the console, that'd be awesome. That'd be really, really cool. I'd like to see that a lot. That'd be really cool playing all those games in ultra-wide.
That would be.
It would look so good.
We'll get some steamy news here.
The Last of Us Part 2 has been rated. It's rated M, of course, because, I mean, it's not going to be not rated M.
Yeah, very few
and
games.
It's citing nudity and sexual content, which Naughty Dog has never had in their games before. So
probably for good reason.
This is a little scary to me because, like,
probably for good reason.
How dark and brooding The Last of Us is, like, I'm a little nervous about nudity and sexual content because, like, it's probably not going to be in a good way.
Yeah.
So I'm
either,
a little
either way,
nervous.
Sex in video games makes me very uncomfortable. So this is just going to make me more.
And plus, the subject matter and how dark tonally everything is will be very. It might be uncomfortable. This is going to be a very uncomfortable game to play, but you know, it's telling a story. So. And then, I mentioned the PS5 website was up already. And something really funny, this is by Wario64, kind of put this out there. The official PlayStation Twitter avatar was removed due to copyright issues. That's funny.
What's the avatar?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Oh.
I didn't see it.
But it was removed.
But like, if you go on Twitter, I don't know if it's still up now. Probably not. But the little like avatar circle where where it is on Twitter, like it just says like taken down by user due to copyright. I'm like, dude, you're PlayStation.
You're
Sony.
somebody else. That's funny.
Like you're stealing. Like, come on,
That's
man.
pretty funny. Also, we mentioned earlier about how the coronavirus has affected the gaming industry, and so we have seen the effects through the Outer Worlds port to the Switch. The Outer Worlds port to the Switch has been delayed due to the coronavirus. The port is being done by Chinese developers Virtuous Games. The new release date is to be decided, and Obsidian is not pushing them, obviously, because that would be messed up if they did.
What are you guys, sick? Come on.
What is you guys? Is there a plague going on over there? Oh shit, there is. So
that's not funny. Man, that would be messed up if Obsidian was like, listen guys, I don't care.
If you are one of the few people waiting for the Outer Worlds to be released on the Switch, you're gonna have to be waiting a little bit longer, and we don't know when.
Yeah, I don't know. You play it on PC, like.
Well, just play it on anything else, like everyone else did. And I think that's the biggest thing. Oh, we have the Epic Game Store free games for the month are Kingdom Come Deliverance and Aztez. I don't know what Aztez is.
I don't know what Aztez is.
But Kingdom Come Deliverance is very cool. It's like a medieval RPG.
It's a very RPG.
That is a very RPG, medieval RPG, whatever. But it is intended to be probably the most realistic medieval gaming experience you can get without it being ridiculous to play. So, like sword fighting and stuff like that, it's all very realistic, and I haven't played it yet. I've been interested in it, but I have friends that have played it and they're very impressed with it. So if you've always been wanting to try it out, like me, download that thing on Epic Game Store for free.
Yeah, you can just keep it. So.
And then for free, and you can do that from February 13th to February 20th, so you don't have a big window. So go ahead and do that.
There's a big blowback on that game because I think the developer got in trouble because there wasn't enough diversity of people in the game. So the developer was like, listen, we hired all the expert historians in that area. They told us who was there.
Don't blame us. Blame history for not being diverse. I mean, they want to make a historically accurate medieval RPG, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and then other people are just like, oh, we'll just find other historians to tell us other information. And they're just like, okay, who are you going to find that we didn't hire? No one. So it's a very interesting little blowback there.
Right. Oh, something I wanted to mention real quick. I didn't get a chance to put in here is that somebody hacked Nintendo back in 2016, and they have been pled guilty recently, and they somehow got away with only owing Nintendo like $260,000 instead of Nintendo like literally murdering them for hacking Nintendo, like literally hacking Nintendo, stealing proprietary information, sending a bunch of malware to them. It was a whole mess. The FBI got involved.
Dude, I would not have the balls to even attempt that. Like,
the FBI got involved. The guy pled guilty. And the story actually ran a little bit deeper because when the FBI was raiding that guy's house, they found like hundreds and hundreds of pictures of child pornography. So, not great. That guy is going away for a long time.
Forever.
So, yeah.
don't do any of those things.
Just don't mess with Nintendo, and don't have pictures of naked underage people. Fuck's the matter with you? All right, guys.
To end on a happier note. There are rumblings of a new Ratchet & Clank game launching with the PS5. That'd be cool. I like Ratchet & Clank. I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So
needing Ratchet & Clank for the next generation of gamers. That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. Did you play the PS4 remake of it?
No.
It was awesome.
I did not.
Awesome. It was really, really good.
Okay.
So yeah, that pretty much closes it out. We really hit a bunch of different stories today. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed the diversity because I didn't think there was a lot of news, but apparently
the way the news goes. All right, folks. I'm just gonna give Sig a little time to start the music before our outro.
As we fill for time.
Adjusting my hats and saying goodbye to all of our lovely watchers on Twitch. Thank you for dropping by, D. Poodley. Thank you for dropping by, Division Matrix. Thank you for dropping by, Vitamin J. We missed you. And anybody else in the chat who is hiding because you're a coward. Coward. I'm with Alex Jones. You're a coward. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. As always, listeners, we stream this podcast live every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/FPSGuides. Remember to smash them like, subscribe, and follow buttons. Basically, smash all the buttons except for the unsubscribe or unfollow buttons. Those are bad buttons. They will break your PC.
Proven facts.
Yeah, proven facts. You can check out all of our content currently on Apple iTunes, Podcast, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Alexa, and most importantly, our beautiful website, fpsguides.com, which also has a lot of other little goodies on there, which Sig has mentioned previously, such as lists of games that support RTX.
Yeah, there's deals and there's
Deals and stuff. Check out our website and stuff. Seriously, check it out. Got
We'll be
reviews
working
on
on.
there. You got deals on there. We have a lot of juicy little tools on there for you gamers. So go ahead and check those things out. Also, we have a Discord. We do have a Discord because we're up with the times. We're hip. We're cool. Link is in the description on Twitch and I believe on YouTube as well. If you don't see it on YouTube, fire up Twitch. Come chat and play with us. We play video games constantly, so come and chat with us. Come play some games with us. Come get this work in Smash Bros. Whatever you want to do. Or if you want to just jump in, pop in, throw some dank memes and then bounce, you can do that too. I don't really care. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, guys. The more followers they have, the more time we can dedicate to this. So. Yes. Do that. Tell your friends. That's like what we do here. And I think that's all we have. So remember to play games, and we will see you next week.
See you guys. Play games.
With a fade out. Fade out slow.